All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sailors Lounge. This is the first, I guess, edition, first version. Things are going to be a little choppy, but me and Robin here have decided that we needed a community podcast um, to, gather up all our community Navy members. So first, we're going to introduce ourselves. Robin, if you want to go ahead.
Sure. My name is Robin. Maybe you guys know me from Telegram or Discord. I'm hanging out there a lot and acting as an ambassador and helper for the community. But I also have a project called Data Union app. And also I'm helping in the ambassador program and the Ocean Academy. And I have a lot of functions in Ocean Protocol, but I also have a day job where I'm like an AI program manager at Rolls-Royce. So I try to also see things from the program management and AI perspective. Back to you.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, as you guys know, I'm OceanJim. I've been a community member since July. One of the July of last year, and then one of the Ocean ambassadors. I've been working on my own set of projects. I had a proposal called Build Ocean, building the next generation social media. Um, and I'm pretty active community member, and hopefully I hope to basically my purpose and like goal for this year and onward is to grow our ocean navy. And yeah, I definitely want to be bigger than the Marines. But yeah, and that's basically me in a nutshell. You can find me on Twitter and everything. So we'll probably just get into the first, I guess, first coverage. So Robin, there was, I guess, an AI meeting association, the German association that Bruce spoke to. If you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this was organized by Kai and Tobias. That's the AI. It's one of the AI associations in Germany. So they have a lot of small startups in them in this association, and they invited Bruce to give a talk to them and to attend. And there was a lot of people, so like 30 people from different companies listening in. And Bruce gave an amazing talk and about Ocean Protocol. And I think, this reached a lot of new people in the industry in Germany, in the AI industry. And they're also well organized. They have like a office in Berlin, and they're talking to politicians. So yeah, I'm personally hoping that this will have some big waves afterwards. Like right now the seed is planted, and now I hope a tree will grow out of it that will make some big impact in the future. I think it's very important to get these associations on board, and if there are other community members out there who have similar connections, then please come to us and talk to us, and we will try to help you to get the ball rolling in this direction.
That's interesting. You said politicians, right? Just like I guess just on Twitter, like the other day ago, I was there was or for the whole like Doge. If you guys can see on my picture, I'm a huge Doge Punks fanatic. But we've been on this like Doge Punks spree of just spreading the word of Doge Punks to like different what's it called, different I guess just spreading it on just on Twitter and stuff and replying to different people. Doge Punks, one of the artists made a Andrew Yang Doge Punk, and we were trying to get Andrew Yang to like have a Doge Punk. But was like one of the like crazy things that I had was like, well, what I tweeted was like one of the replies I tweeted was who's gonna be the first like person, either it's gonna be like Jamie or the guys from like Bankless HQ, but who's gonna be that first person to introduce like NFTs to like politicians. So that's kind of interesting that like you bring up like, okay, now we're gonna bring Ocean Protocol to politicians and I guess
Yeah,
in
I think
government.
Yeah, I
right?
think it's very important with the politicians, because we need, like, for Ocean Protocol, you need like a legal status for how this new marketplace is handled. There will be many different marketplaces. One that is now really in everybody's mind is the one from big data protocol. I think we will talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, I think it's very important that, like, people who are offering data sets, people who are buying them, people who want to create their own marketplaces have, like, legal clarity, like how they have to behave, what they have to document about the sales, or how everything is set up, to make sure that they are not violating any laws. And as I'm also from Germany, in Germany, this is our country to have everything orderly and well documented, and a good process for everything. So the idea is, if we make it here, then we probably make it everywhere. So yeah, that's why I think it's a good idea to press this issue, or bring this issue up with the politicians here in Europe and in Germany.
Who was in attendance at the German AI Association?
Oh, these are is a association of, like, a few hundred startups. So I think it's mostly the CEOs of the startups, like, or
Mm,
the CTOs. So I don't know all of these
yeah,
people personally. I'm also, with my company, with Data Union App, we are not yet a member, but I'm also strongly striving in the direction of becoming one, because I think it's good to have many friends that are also AI companies, who understand your problems and can help you out. So yeah, I'm a very big fan of collaboration, like,
yeah,
amongst different parties.
that's interesting. So these are all startups that basically do AI or in the AI industry, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. I mean,
Mm,
I'm not sure if all of them are still startups. Maybe some of them
mm,
are scale-ups or already finished companies. But yeah, I think that they don't have, like, hundreds of employees each, but like, smaller companies.
yeah. What does what does I guess Evo Integra do and like Kai?
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, so they make algorithms, and also they have technology where they are trying to intelligently annotate images. So I could talk more about this, but I think in the next episode we might have some
Mm,
more information about some collaboration of Evoteca with another project in the ecosystem. So then we
mm.
might cover this a little bit more deeply. Yeah, there's something cooking, how I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Something. Yeah, Robin's got something up his sleeve.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll probably bring Kai and then the Tobias, right, from Eva
Yeah.
Tegra, on probably next episode or so. So I moving on, we'll talk about, I guess, so is Ocean moving to Matic soon? Like how's that being
Oh, I mean, if you
managed
if you
or
follow, so I'm following one particular repository
mm,
in the Ocean GitHub world. So, like, there's one where they have, like, multi-repository issues, so which are spanning among multiple things. So, and there they have, like, tasks for Matic integration. And I mean, Trent was also covering this last time in the OceanDAO meeting, that they are actively working in multiple directions, because I mean, some technologies, they claim that they are very mature and that they have very good support for Ethereum contracts. But in reality, there are still some gaps to be filled. So basically, the process here is that they take the smart contracts that are now deployed to Ethereum, and then they are ported to the other blockchain. So which claims that they can, that they have a bridge that you can easily go with the tokens from Ethereum to this
mm,
blockchain. But then also the contracts have to go there, and then they have to live there. So you can basically just try to deploy it and then see what works, what doesn't work. You want to basically spin up the marketplace, have all the infrastructure there, and then if this would work and you can transfer the tokens back and forth, okay, then you at least can have the marketplace on the other blockchain. But then, of course, the problem that arises is that the liquidity pools are not actually immediately transferred over. So I see some problem coming up, like let's say it's migrated to another chain, and then suddenly people are creating the data sets again, that are now big on the old chain. Oh, there's a new one. Maybe people will jump in, then they will get rug pulled again. So, I mean, I can say for myself, my data union app, if Ocean moves to another chain, I will make it really public, and we will not just start another token on another chain. So we want to always be very clear with our liquidity providers, and I think all the big sets are like this. So if you just see on a new marketplace that there's a set that is on the other old marketplace, then please be careful not to ape into that. Yeah, it can be dangerous because it's easy to just copy somebody.
Yeah. So basically, Matic is just having another chain.
So, I mean, Matic would be great because the transaction cost is much cheaper. I think you can do like 200 transactions for $1 or something like this. So that would be really awesome. I mean, right now it's really a pain if you don't move a lot of tokens, or if you want to do like complex interactions with the blockchain. For example, for us in Data Union app, storing what the people did on the blockchain is just like impossible. So that would be really great to have this other blockchain. And basically that also then enables much more interactions. If you don't have to look for the gas price always for every operation, you can just do whatever you want. You can try things, you can make much more complex interactions, you can have much more complex patterns, in your smart contracts. So I think that this would be really great, and it would be also easier for the adoption. I mean, if you want to publish a contract right now on a new data set, so basically it costs like 200 euros or something, or $200. So it's a lot. And if it's much cheaper, then people also have, there is a small, much less barrier of entry to get there. So yeah, this will be probably very interesting for people. So yeah. And if you can seamlessly move the tokens from one chain to the other, I don't see any harm in that, so yeah.
Yeah. But that's I guess that problem you brought up was like, okay, now we have layer 2 Matic, but then we have all these LPs that are just still stuck on,
I mean, I think from my understanding, the next version of the balancer pools, I think they're also moving in the direction to have like pools that are more multifunctional, and I think they also want to move, for example, to Polkadot and probably also to other blockchains. So I think they will also actively look into that, that the same pool can just have, connections on the different blockchains. I mean, it's not, like if it's like, if the tokens are all available on the different blockchains, then and there's just one big liquidity pool in the background, why should it not have like connections to the different blockchains? I mean, you can then choose where you want to go. You can swap. But basically, the costs for swapping will be different on the different blockchains, but the liquidity that's in the background can still remain the same. I mean, if all the tokens inside can move seamlessly between the different blockchains, I don't see such a big problem in that. And that would also then kind of start to unite all the blockchains together, So yeah, I'm hoping, and as far as I understood Trent, that's also one of the goals they want to make in the next release of the marketplace. They want to make it possible that one data set, one data token can have multiple pools in the backgrounds, that are all kind of connected in the same way. So for the user, it's very easy. And for the data provider, it's like also much more flexible because they can provide liquidity on different platforms, but there is not too much hassle with this, not too.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a little lag at the end. But actually, I kind of want to like sidetrack just a little bit, because I wanted to know like how you got into, I guess, how you started getting into Ocean, because you're in one of the videos. I think you're in the front row of I think, what was that video? You're like in one of the Ocean Protocol videos. I think it was one of the lectures with Dimitri or something like that.
This can happen, yeah. I mean, for me, I got to know about Ocean Protocol because I was involved with SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol and SingularityNet, they had a partnership, and then Ocean announced their ICO. And yeah, I mean, I've been in AI for I don't know, 10 years or something like this, for a long time now. And then I kind of saw that there's now a data protocol, and I was like, oh my God, of course, data, that's perfect idea to have this. And yeah, that's why I got more involved with Ocean. And then they offered an ambassador program. I joined that and I got active on the channels, and yeah, many things happened. And yeah, because I was always helpful and somehow all the team kind of knew me. I found out about this because they invited me to Berlin to come to their head office. And yeah, when I was visiting, I just met the guys from the team and I was like, yeah, I'm Robin from the channel. Oh, you this guy. Oh, cool. Awesome to meet you. You know, like you never met the people before. They're working on the core team, but they actually know you because you're always explaining stuff in the channels and trying to be helpful. And it was really very friendly situation. I think I went there for the Pacific Ocean release event. It was like a party inside the office. They have like, there was an outdoor space and yeah,
What
music.
year
And
was this?
this, I think 1999. No, 2000, 2019.
99. Oh,
Sorry,
dang.
sorry. No,
Man,
2019.
sorry.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
2019.
So,
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, I mean that was basically. I think. Yeah, this was then shortly after that. I think the Navy came to life. You know, back then in the early beginnings there was no Navy. There was an unofficial channel, and yeah,
Yeah, that's
when they did the IEO, there was like this big outcry, and the price dropped by so much. I mean, I don't know how many people remember this, but it was crazy. And yeah, so I was like also helping with that, and the people were telling in the channels that they want to kill the team because now they lost some money, and it was crazy town. And then yeah. It was great. I think I left the party at 2 o'clock in the night, and I was still sitting with Dimitri and Manan and yeah, and some other guy, some other people from the team, and it was awesome. I had really a good time. It was great. So yeah.
Wait, you said you were a part of SingularityNet, or were you just like you were into SingularityNet, or were you doing things for SingularityNet?
I also worked for them for 1 year, yes,
Oh,
as a side
really?
job. So yeah, for 1 year for SingleTech.
What were
Yeah,
you
but
doing?
that's a
The same
different
thing?
story.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
I said, what were you doing? Like
I was like
hey,
developer relations engineer. So
mm,
I mean, I chose this position for myself. So I
mm,
was working for the marketing team.
mm,
I wanted to work for the as an AI developer or something, but they have very strict rules in their company. So it's a little bit,
yeah,
there's a different organization, but I'm
yeah,
not sure if this is the main topic. No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean that's why I basically found Ocean, and now I kind of left the Singularity community because I can't do all the things at the same time. But in the Ocean, and then I'm only active in the Ocean community because I think it's already enough to do. I'm like admin in many community channels, so yeah, and so
Yeah.
it's enough for me, you know, to and then to cover that, and yeah, just it's I think it's enough, but it's okay. Yeah.
Just yeah, interesting. I just wanted to know that, and yeah, that's stuff definitely. Okay, let's go to so your oh, the option to vote now with your stake tokens. How was the vote for LPs? I didn't that one didn't make it, but
That made it. Yes,
oh,
it made
did
it.
it did?
Yeah, it
I
made it
got the
through. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and I already started on that, so that's a little bit of a sad and funny story. I mean, on the one, like on Monday evening when we were like when the vote started for this week for this round of OceanDAO proposals, I kind of had this already finished that the marketplace people could vote. So we did a test vote, and there it worked. But the problem was that in my code somehow you have to return the amount of tokens that everybody has. So I can determine that or perfectly fine. But the problem was like the format I gave it back. Like I gave it back as a string, but they expected some a floating point number, so like maybe for the computer scientist or so, and that is used to show how much how many votes you have, you know. So when we were using my version of this code, it always showed 11, like I think 11 million votes, you know, and that was kind of not okay for Alex to do this, and that's why it was not possible to vote with the marketplace tokens yet. But yeah, I already fixed the problem, and yeah, we're going to test this now during this month. And the marketplace is for sure going to be able to vote in the next month. And I'm now looking also into Bancor and Uniswap and yeah, and what else? Yeah, and balancer. So like wherever I can find something where there's a lot of tokens, I will try to unlock those, because I think, you know, the people you can find out on the blockchain who originally owned them, they
Yeah.
just stake them. So why should they not be able to vote with them? You know, it's for me, and the Ocean Foundation sees it in a similar way. So they want to have the most votes as possible, the most community inclusion as possible. So staking should not be an issue, you know, that you can't vote. So Alex told me that it's one of the highest priorities. So yeah, that's why I'm also trying to take care of that. And
You've
yeah,
built,
so
you've done the whole coding yourself, I think.
yeah. So I mean, I'm now a manager, but I have been a coder before. So
Mm.
many years of development experience. So yeah, I
Yeah,
did the coding myself.
interesting. And that's your role at Rolls-Royce?
At Rolls-Royce, I'm a program manager, so I manage like a lot of projects at the same time and trying to organize new projects. You know, I'm going to customers all around the company and find out what AI needs they have, where we could
Mm.
make a project. You know, like if they have budget, you know, what
Yeah.
features to do. The most important question is always, what data do we have for this? What is the quality of the data? What's the availability of the data? You know, so
Mm.
and then there's like, yeah, so there's also some military stuff being built. I'm in a department of Rolls-Royce where we build like very large engines. So it's not actually the cars or
Mm.
the aerospace or something, but it's like really large engines for emergency power systems or yachts, or like could also be under you know underground seaboat or something like this. And then there's also some military applications. So if there's military data involved, you always cannot share this data to third-party developers, you know, and we work a lot with
Mm.
external companies. And the problem is always if you have to give them the data, you know, and then they should work on that, it's a big problem. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I see a lot of potential for Ocean Protocol also inside such companies, you know,
Yeah.
because you want to have an external company working for you, but you don't want to give them the data. You know, that's like we have like a committee which checks whether the data is really shareable. You know, they check all the different aspects for different countries, for different situations. But if there would be Ocean Protocol in the company, where so that the data can be like held in one server, so and then the outside world just sends the programs there, like computer data, you know, perfect fit. I mean, I think this is not the only company where this would be even great inside the company because of all of this concerns. You know, the larger the company gets, the more complicated all the rules around this data gets. You know, you can't allow any personal data to leave the premises and so on and so forth. So if you can really solve this problem with Ocean Protocol, sounds very good. I'm fighting for this, that we can make a prototype at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
how's the
yeah.
push on that?
So it's not so easy. I mean, it's always about money, you know. So I
Yeah.
have to first convince people and then convince money, and that's yeah. I just started this year, so I'm there for not even 3 months yet. So it's still on my probation time, but
Oh,
probation
wow.
period. But yeah, it's working fine, so that's not a problem. But yeah, just have to give the things a little bit of time. You know, it's a traditional company, so yeah.
Yeah, very traditional.
Yeah, German companies, it's in the mechanical engineering field. So AI for them is now a big factor. So we made some very successful systems already,
Mm-hmm.
which help a lot and which save a lot of money. So that's the main aspect, the automatization and yeah, making things easier for everyone with AI. But yeah, the tooling like Ocean Protocol would be a really good tool for if you know, if it can easily be deployed. And that's something that we're working on right now in the Ocean Academy. So the proposal from them is now computer data. So I'm also participating in setting up this lecture. And yeah, for me, this is the focus is that later we also want to explain to companies, what does it bring for you? What's the benefit? You know, how will the future change if this is applicable? You know, like I think there's crazy potential. You know, let's say I have a data set and I really want to have an algorithm. And many of small companies or mid-sized company, they don't have a big AI department. So you want to have somebody external working on that, but you really don't want to share all the data with them, or that's not so easy, you know. If you can then do like computer data, you publish the data set, you make a competition, you know, that's where I see also a something that really resonated well with Rolls-Royce was the competition part. So I think maybe a collaboration with numerai or something would be really good in this direction. Something where really you bring a lot of data scientists, they get access to the data. They don't have to even pay for compute, because it works with computer data. And in the end, really good algorithms emerge out of this, And normally, you can't even imagine how much is paid to these external companies. Like they are paying so much for the services, and then you can crowdsource this, and everybody around the world can really participate and can bring their knowledge to the field. They can learn something, and in the end, the company will probably get an even better algorithm than they would have gotten initially. And then they can pay the people and buy the algorithm and then use it in the future, and maybe even collaborate to create next versions. So I see a lot of potential in this.
Yeah, I think Bruce mentioned that they've talked to numerai.
Okay.
I think, yeah, recently. I know I brought it up like many months ago, where I was like, oh, do you guys know about numerai and stuff? And then Bruce said something that they've talked to who's the founder? I think,
I don't know.
yeah, they've talked to like the founder or whatever, but that's uh I want to, well, like talking about numerai, I don't know if this should be I guess talked about, but didn't we have like someone that was making one of the like the same, I guess like the same like competition
Yeah,
thing for
so this
Ocean?
was an idea. This concept, it has been worked on.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, then the person that worked on this left the ambassador program. But yeah, it's still in the work. So I mean, if you look in the Ocean Tech Ship, so that's like the partnership to the outreach ship. So from the ambassadors, so they have it already on their list. So I mean, I'm also always pushing for this. We called it Kegelish, or the idea was called it Kegelish, because I mean Kaggle is doing something similar, but it would be then like a little bit like Kaggle, but on Ocean protocol datasets, like on the marketplace. And you could even scale this, if there's then 1,000 marketplaces, then all of the datasets on all the marketplaces could then ask for external help for external competition, third parties to help people build algorithms. I mean, it's very difficult to source the right talent, and to source the right people, especially if you're not so familiar with this AI world. So, big potential in this direction. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, maybe it's going to then be developed by the technical ship, the ambassadors, or there's somebody who's going to make a proposal. That's always an option. But yeah, if you have a successful project which does this already for one data set, then in my mind, it sounds like, okay, they can do this for one data set very well. Why can we not talk to them to do it on another one? That's where I mean, I also want to talk to them to do this for Data Union app, because there I also have the same thing. I mean, we will have companies approaching us that want algorithms, but they have no idea how to do it. We are a small team. Our expertise is making the platform. So then it's also for me very obvious that we want to pull in a crowd on the internet that can help us out with the algorithms, the data scientists around the world. So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like, it's like an explosion. This is like a new way of working, a new completely new ecosystem and industry can span up out of this. Like it's, for me, this is insane. What's going to come if all of this starts to become reality.
Yeah, that's the same I guess the same like feeling, and like every time I'm like with my two artists that I've like onboarded, I like showed them with like the whole NFT stuff and like the way, and then like with my own project with the whole like social media project, I told them like everything is going to be basically disrupted, like, and like disrupted, and like everything is just like what we know of before, like all these old models of how we did like business or like how we ran industries and everything like that. Now it's all going to be changed, and like it's going to be different. Like I'll probably show you, I'll show you like a screenshot of the website but it's pretty cool, like, for the project I'm working on. I'm not gonna show this on on here, but yeah, like I was saying like, okay, like I've literally like I've thought like, well, Bruce has said it too in like one of the MMAs where like the old model of how Facebook and like all these other social media apps or like websites, how like the old model is based on like advertising, like I guess that's their business model, and since that's their main revenue source, that they can't really change much, and so like they're anybody and anyone can literally come and like disrupt them with a whole new different model. And I was like, the thing I'm like building is like literally like taking you take Facebook, you take MySpace, you take YouTube, and you take like I don't know, Reddit, and you take and then you add you literally sprinkle like the that I don't know if you've watched Powerpuff Girls or or yeah, but it's a cartoon, but there was
I
a
know what it is, but I never saw it. No.
yeah, it's a old 90s 90s 2000s cartoon, but it was about like this scientist who had these ingredients. He put like sugar, he put like everything like nice was the thing, and then out of nowhere there was this chemical X where it was like that the one like crazy uh like final ingredient that literally just turned all these ingredients into like three like Powerpuff Girls, into like three girls that are like superheroes or some shit. But basically like that was like my kind of like thinking where it was like, well, I'm like basically combining all these things, and then now the chemical X is crypto, is blockchain, and like you just add that to the mix, and then now you have something like just completely different that just blows everything out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take some time, right?
Hmm.
It's a process. So that has been clear for me since I mean, I joined the blockchain space in 2017, and yeah, there we had this bull run and so on. But yeah, I think it's just a very lengthy process, like for people to accept this. And what everybody's looking for is now the big app or the big thing that will bring
Hmm.
it to everyone. Maybe it's going to be NFTs. Maybe it's
Yeah.
going to be the data. Let's see. I think there's a lot of options. But yeah, I mean, foreshadowing the with Ocean Academy, this, I like the slogan for this new lecture is like, don't be the product, be the producer. Like
Hmm.
now you can be the producer instead of just being the product. And for all of this old Web 2.0 platforms, everyone was just a product. Like
Hmm.
you get it for free. You're actually you're actually paying with your own content, with your own attention, with all your information for what you get.
Hmm.
But now this can be reversed. It turns out making these platforms actually to do what you want to do, to share information with your friends or to
Hmm.
stay up to date on things, is not so expensive. So you
Hmm.
don't it does not have to be the company does not have to be so does not have to make so much money. It's not really necessary that these companies have these billions of dollars. It's can also be much less money made by them, but actually the people get something back, for what they're doing. So would be that's I mean that's like an easy way out, right? So
Yeah.
people will probably always choose something where they get something than just where they are like the target of the commercials
Hmm.
or advertisement that the company actually then gets money for. So
Yeah.
I think there's still room to improve. And yeah, I think crypto is a very, very good way to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we've actually seen like the snippets of the new model with like the whole like instead of now like advertisers are companies, now advertisers are actually individual people, and we've seen that with like the whole influencer scenes where now like these influencers are actually the ones like an actual one person is now bringing these products to their own fan base, to their own friends, that type. So now we're seeing more going back to like I guess that old model of word of mouth, type of
Yeah.
advertising. And yeah, crypto definitely just elevates that to like a whole new level.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much easier to get something back, you know. Like if I look at NFTs, you know, if an artist wanted to make money, they had to have a good standing with like a gallery or some other art buyers, you know. Now you can easily reach a much larger audience, you know, and they can actually also buy it without you being there. It can be on an auction platform and much easier, you know. And yeah, so this enables people to really do something and make a living, and that's, I think, very fascinating, you know.
Mm, definitely. So we'll move on to the new swag stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
We got some swag coming on. So for those that don't know, my Build Ocean proposal was actually not even was it was technically supposed to be like the community thing, but I've also went and made also made my own merch for it, which is called Build Ocean. And uh I'll share let's see, I'll share my screen just for the snippet. Um, where's the? Oh man, I hate when this happens.
Yeah, so yeah, but there's also other swag shops, so I think that
Hmm.
also now like Bruce, I think Ocean Protocol also promoted one of them. I think there's another one which
Uh,
is now doing promotion on Twitter. So yeah, swag is coming, I think. But yeah, I mean, there's always different kinds of swag, right? Different levels of swag.
yeah,
So
there definitely is. And I'll bring up those different options. This is so this is I'm collaborating basically with Meta Factory. I didn't do the designs, but I just brought the designs to them, and they're putting this up in their store. I'm pushing them to like actually get it released. But for right now, this is definitely for something for like the ambassadors and like the devs and just I guess the close knit community. For those that probably wanted to get their hands on this, um, this is one option. We do have many different options of swag. I think one was hold on, let me stop sharing. One was crypto merchandising.
yeah.
Merchandising.
Yeah, I mean, there was always the idea also in the ambassador program to open up a swag shop from the ambassadors for the community, and then do also some competitions, you know, like
Hmm.
swag competitions. Who can make the best T-shirt, the best coffee mug, all of this. But yeah, I think there has never been somebody who really took this in his own hands to really finalize it. But I think it would also be a great way to refinance this kind of efforts of the ambassadors, you know, like by adding maybe a little bit on top of the swag, and then yeah, this will create a budget for, and yeah, it's trackable and so on.
Yeah, I think what was it? So um yeah, I think the swag shop was brought up like long ago before the whole new ambassador program came about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think three different ambassador programs were like started, wasn't there? I guess.
yeah. So there was an initial version which I joined in the beginning. Then we had a little bit of an overhaul where we started. I think this was at the beginning of last year. So Nima was very active, and there we started a next edition, and now with Laurent, we kind of, yeah,
Hmm.
and the current captains, we came up with the idea to with the new setup with the ships and everything. Yeah, this is crypto merchandising, exactly. Yes. So
Yeah, I
they
think
also have like a lot of ocean swag.
yeah, Ocean t-shirts. I think they were the ones that also did the mugs, or was that another? There's
No, I
like,
think offering here many options. Yes, as accessoires,
oh
t-shirt.
wait, I think accessories. Oh yeah, mugs. I think they were the ones also offering mugs and stuff too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think Bruce Bruce bought a pack himself.
yeah. All right. Yeah, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
the team also is making some merchandise. I mean, I think I also
are-
I got a Christmas present from Bruce. It's like a watch, an ocean watch. So
really.
pretty, yeah, awesome. I mean, that's the team giving back. You know, that's really awesome. They're really great in this direction. So yeah, I mean, we also had this event this week, right? There was like the CS:GO tournament from Exeedme.
Oh yes,
Unfortunately, we did not win the match, but yeah, I think our team also battled hard. So
yeah.
I
Who's
think it's going to continue.
yeah? It was so we had okay. Was Sky Alex? Is he's not like a pro player, was he? Or
No. I think I mean some of the guys they have a team,
mm-hmm,
but so 5 people from Finland they have a team, and
mm-hmm,
actually they wanted to battle it out, but then we decided. I think Monica from
mm-hmm,
the Marcom team, there was a decision that Maria, I think she joined Ocean Protocol as a developer.
mm-hmm,
So there have been I think 5 new people actually. I don't know
mm-hmm.
if the community knows them, but they are now also on the website. So and they are programming hard. You can see this on GitHub. And she also joined. So I mean, it was a little bit of a mixed
Yeah,
team.
yeah. Maria played right. She was like
Yeah,
Maria something 3, I think.
yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, I think Tudor is like one of her acquaintances, and so then
Mm-hmm,
it was 3 guys from Finland.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, so they were like the idea is then I think there's going to be more rounds than this first one.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I was part of the Telegram channel, and I'm still there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the problem is that our Utrust, they kind of in the beginning had a team with 5 pro players, so like a professional team. You know, they was
Yeah,
like
that
rank
seemed unfair.
86, rank 86 in the world. You know,
Yeah.
just running such a tournament. And yes, so then somewhere in the end there were only 2 pro players. But I mean, I watched the match, and I mean it's like with the pros, you know, the guy runs around with the AWP and then just bam bam bam. Okay, 3 people. Like, yeah, okay, all right, good.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like surreal, but I mean, yeah, professionals. What can you do?
Yeah, for real. I stopped watching after it was like 4 to like 7 or 8, and I was just like, okay, this is this is wild. Like even with the just like the two, like at first it was kind of like even, but then I was kind of thinking like, okay, maybe these pro players are kind of just like what's it called, like fishing, or like they're, you know, l-
In the
less
beginning they were really they I think maybe they
spot
were
on.
like
Yeah.
overconfident, and then they
Mm,
lost a few rounds.
mm,
But yeah, I mean, if you watch the game, it's like some people, you know, their character, if they
mm.
are shown and they are switched to, they have their own face and avatar in CS:GO. So I mean,
Yes.
these are professionals, you know, like
Yeah,
they
exactly.
are like that's not normal. Not everybody gets that, you know. So
No.
you can see exactly, okay, something is different here, and yeah. Of course, that's a big advantage for them. But yeah, I think there will be other teams which will not rely on this kind of advantages, and then yeah, I think we will have
No, I
more
think
variety.
I think the most like every other team was like just basically community and like devs, and because like I think everybody said like they like even some of the teams were they the I even the I guess the dudes commentating, the commentators said that like even the teams that they saw before, it just seemed like some of them were just new, just literally just downloaded CS:GO just yesterday and
Yeah,
then joined the team. But Utrust came out with
I
with all these
mean
pro
it's okay.
players.
You know,
Yeah.
it's also a learning experience, right? I think
Mhm,
this is the second tournament. They had a beta tournament,
mhm,
Exceed Me. Yeah, so you can always change the rules. You can say, okay,
yeah.
and if there's more and more projects coming in and more like leagues or something, then
Mhm.
you can have something where the professionals play and something for the people who just play for fun. And I think anyways, it's a good idea to have all of this and
Mhm.
to then
Exceedme,
also share the data on Ocean Marketplace. That's like also the partnership also is going in this direction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exceedme is I guess is it basically like what are they doing? Like blockchain, like gaming, or
Yeah, blockchain and gaming. So
basically like Ultra? How, I don't know if you know Ultra, UOS or something, or
I'm not
like
I'm
any.
not too familiar with all of this game
Oh
game
yeah,
projects because
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I stopped playing CS:GO. Like I played Counter-Strike, but when it was still in beta, you know, I've played from the first beta until they released Counter-Strike 1.0, and then I said, yeah, okay, now it's finished. I don't have to test anymore. I can move on with my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played in leagues and in tournaments and so on when I was younger. But
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I like computer games, but
Hmm.
nowadays I don't have so much time for them anymore. So I'm happy if I can play 1 hour or 2 hours in a week. And before that, when I was younger, yeah, I spent much more time.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I literally just bought this gaming computer like last year while I was doing like I guess the schooling, but I was like playing Apex for a bit, but I literally just don't have like the attention span anymore. It's just like my focus is just like thinking of like, I don't know, just a whole bunch of like creativity and just work. But anyways, oh, I did want to bring up with the whole like, oh, Exeedme thing. Oh, that I guess this definitely brings like this whole new aspect, because like someone brought this up to me where it was like, oh, this is like sports now. Now we have
Mhm.
like, I guess now like crypto and like blockchains now is like, now we have like a sports type of, event
Yeah,
type of thing, like
and
branding.
you can root for your project. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little bit. Yeah, I why not? I mean, if
Mhm.
there's, I think it is also an option to have more different kind of games, you know.
Mhm.
And it could also be great for people in the community to get to know other community members, you know,
Mhm.
by joining such an activity and then doing something together. And yeah, I think it's a good option to do.
Yeah. I think we'll get to that point to where blockchain companies will be so big that now we also have branding in like the NBA or like NFL, or like, you know,
Bitcoin
billboard.
actually was in some soccer players
Mhm.
shirt. You know, I saw this somewhere on TV,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, and I think Dogecoin was in a bunch of like race or the NASCARs.
NASCAR, yeah. They did the sponsoring. Yeah, that was awesome. That's his blockchain history. You know, like that's.
Mm,
I mean, like yesterday I was calling a friend from work who's like a little bit older than like in his 50s, and
mhm,
he was telling me about the story that somebody's bought pizzas for 20,000 bitcoins, you know, like
mhm,
back in the day. He was like, whoa, it's a crazy story. And I mean, now, you know, he doesn't have to do anything to do with blockchain technology, but
mhm.
he knows the stories now, you know. So
Yeah,
these
now
are the
he's
legends, you know, that's our.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Now he's knowing the like the myths, the legends, like all the pat like all the stuff that we've already known is starting to like seep into,
Yeah,
you know, yeah,
mainstream adoption is going to come.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be crazy to see what we'll see, in 2030 or even like 2040, because I think where how like 2008 was, I mean, we only begun to see like all the web 2.0 stuff, right? But it wasn't until like 2012 or like even just this past year, like 2018, to where Amazon became like a behemoth, Facebook is a behemoth, things like that. So yeah, it's going to be crazy to see what happens
Yeah,
in the future. um
yeah.
do you want to let's I think let's go well over let's go over so our OceanDAO 3 round, the round threes, I guess,
Yeah, so
proposed
the round
to.
three was really crazy. I mean, from the point of view of what happened. So I mean, the race was really crazy this time.
Mhm.
So I mean, the positions changed in the last minutes, and yeah, I mean,
Oh, it did.
I actually a data union app. We were
Hmm.
like on out already, and I
Hmm.
took the chance to make a video, and then we found a very nice whale
Hmm.
who helped us out 600,000 votes for us. So that was really awesome. And yeah, but I mean, if you look at the list, so if you scroll a little bit down,
Hmm.
you can see here now there's a lot of old projects that we already know. You know, something
Hmm.
like if you go a little bit up, like just show me the list.
Oh,
Little, so
which
so you can see,
stuff
for
here?
example,
Oh, this right here.
Rugpa Index,
Hmm.
Ocean Academy. data whale. So we've known all of them before, like German AI ML. So that we know, I mean, I know all of them before because
Yeah,
they've been there. And
I
Data
think
Union app, we just came out of the shipyard, so we did not apply yet. So then now we applied for the first time. And PoolGov sounds really good. I already commented to them. So they want to do something that you can, what you see here as this poll, where basically you make a decision how things should be done. PoolGov wants to do that for all the liquidity pools on the marketplace, so that the liquidity providers can then actually vote on stuff. You know, so the
oh
data
wow.
set provider can say, okay, now we want to make a decision. What do you liquidity providers think about it? You know, so that they can get in
Mhm.
and
So
talk about it.
yeah, so
And
now there's governance in these data sets.
that's what they're working on. I mean, these projects are a little bit are all more long-term projects. You know, Ocean
Mhm.
Academy is long-term. PoolGov does not want to be finished after 1 month. Data Union app is also going to continue for longer time. Data
Mhm.
Whale also longer projects.
Yeah,
So
data.
yeah, and what I really found fascinating is that Mission Coral Reef. So they are like the neuroscientists. So they didn't make it last round, but actually this round they're in. So this was also on the last minutes. They did not have so much votes.
Mhm.
Somebody voted in the last minute 40,000 votes, and they made it in. So
Mhm.
that's like really, yeah,
Was this
really.
shady?
Hmm?
Was this shady? Like,
Yeah, yeah. This is Shadi, yeah,
oh,
Shadi, yeah.
shoddy? Yeah.
Not Shady, Shadi.
Yeah, shady, shady. Shoddy.
Shady sounds shady, but
Yeah, I know.
Shadi is not shady.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Shoddy, if you if you watch this.
No,
I
I
butchered
think
your
it's
name.
fine. So yeah, but then the
Mhm.
votes for LPs, that was actually mine where we want to do this integration.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's a second proposal. There was a second proposal, improve Ocean. This was 109,000 votes.
Mhm.
So this one, yeah, it actually wants to do the same thing as with bringing the LPs into the project. But this is now on number 13, so they didn't make it,
How many
unfortunately. Now,
people oh, the grants in this round was increased to 12 this
12,
time.
yeah, 12 this time. It's
Oh
really
wow.
this. There's also many proposals,
Mhm.
so they wanted to do this. And Ocean Dashboard is actually also very interesting. Ocean Dashboard is basically then going to be a dashboard where you can see where all the tokens are right now. So you can then see, okay, 10 million are right now in Bancor, this
Oh
many are in
really?
Uniswap, so many are in Binance, and then I think that's a very, very great idea. I mean, you can then also it's if you know Nansen. So Nansen is like a tool,
Yeah,
a platform to
yeah.
analyze the whole crypto space, But this one will be then focused on Ocean, and if possibly also focus a little bit on the data
Mhm.
sets and so on. So yeah, it's basically Nansen for Ocean protocol. So yeah, I really like this idea, and Manan was bringing this up as one of a proposal that he would like to see, and that's something that's really good. Like people can
Mhm.
then have a grasp on how the Ocean ecosystem looks like, where the tokens reside, and
Mhm.
that's really great also for investors or for companies who come in. And Bounty is the last one that I did not talk about yet. Bounty is a platform where they want to make data bounties. So you can then ask for data, and then people can come and fulfill this. So for me, I wanted to build something like this anyways for Data Union app. I'm really happy now that
Yeah.
the ecosystem is stepping up. I love all of these proposals, and I think it's really great. I'm looking forward to have all of these teams working in the space. Just makes things so much easier. The
Yeah,
people will
very.
learn how to use the technology. You will have the developers. I mean, if the companies want to come into the space and build their own marketplace, they have to find somebody who can do it, right? And the
Mhm.
people here who are making proposals, who are actually working with the technology, with the open source software from Ocean Protocol, they are qualifying themselves, to then be later hired also for larger projects. Because I mean, it's like a complete new tech. You have to learn it, you have to understand it, and to do it efficiently, you have to be good in it. And if you participate in these projects here, I think you're on a good road to get there. So yeah, and I think it was 90 votes or something. If you go a little bit more down on the
Yeah,
left side, it's a little bit hidden. After all of these proposals
yeah.
here, there,
90.
yeah,
Oh, we have
96
how many
votes.
was last round?
Last round it was I think
80.
90
Okay.
or 85 or something. Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
hoping that
87.
next round will be really, really crazy. If all the stake people can also vote stake
Yeah.
stake tokens, I hope that the participation rate will be much higher. I mean, that
Mhm.
would be really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I think yeah, it was 87 last round if I remember.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, 96 this time. I was kind of scared because like it was like we only had like we had less votes this coming round. But I think I like I think I don't know. I was thinking this. I was like everything is gonna always happen last minute. Like everything just like comes like right before like the deadline, you know?
That's a little bit true, yes. I mean, I was
Like,
also, it was in my lunch break. I was
mm,
sitting for 1 hour and
yeah,
watching the last hour of the vote. So it
yeah.
was, yeah, it's of course. But I mean, if you're a participant who has a proposal in the round, then of course it's much more nerve-wracking.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like if you look at the number of votes here, then this would bring me to another topic, like the big data platform, data vault thing. I mean, there right now it's like more than 28 million tokens, Ocean tokens staked. So those could also vote. I mean, that's would be
Yeah,
interesting. What happens, after this goes for 6 days? I'm not sure if every viewer has information about this. Maybe we can talk a little bit about this because I think it's a
yeah.
big event
Let's
right now.
Yeah, so we'll kick off. So we'll just kick off the last part of this the podcast with Big Data Protocol because right now that is like the mega super hype that everyone is talking about. Um, and so let's see.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah, Big Data Protocol, they also are partnered. So they have a partnership with Ocean Protocol.
yeah, and
So,
they're
yeah,
they're powered by Solana, but I think
not right now. They're planning
their
to,
data market is powered by Ocean.
yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, what they're doing is like if you click on the data vault on the top, yeah, there. So that's basically, you have to, if you scroll down a little bit, yeah, you have to wait a moment. I mean, it's always takes some time here to bring in
Mm,
the data. But basically here you can see all of these different pools. And for each pool, there are like 2 million of their tokens assigned to that. And now over the next 5 days, it started yesterday, these tokens are going to be distributed to the people who basically stake their tokens in there. Okay, interesting why it doesn't show the numbers. But I
uh,
think
I
if you
would have
connect your
to,
wallet,
yeah.
then it will show you. But yeah, I don't know if you want to do that. But
uh,
anyways, the fascinating thing about this is that here, for example, the USDC pool has like $400 million in it. So in total, it's now over $4 billion inside all of these pools together. But the Ocean pool is like at somehow $50 million. So the APR of the Ocean pool is really big because I mean the same number of tokens are assigned to each of these pools. So that's like insane. And I mean, we have all seen the token price appreciate over the last day.
yeah.
And it has a lot to do with people who want to stake here, So that's my personal
Yeah.
opinion.
Do you think
And
also,
they were buying all of this out, and they bought a lot on Binance. So Binance got like overrun. So they stopped the withdrawals of tokens for some time in the morning or some hours ago today. And yeah, so now it's open again, and yeah, the thing is going crazy. The people are just switching to Ocean tokens, sending it out and putting it in, because the rate is like 4,000 or 3,000% APR. So yeah, in one night you could already make like 10% on your crypto. So that's,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Here you can see now it's 34 million
yeah,
tokens.
and
But
as you
it's
can see,
not much. If you look here to the left, if you look at the USDC pool, it's 580 million. It's like factor even more than 10.
those freaking
Yeah,
things.
you can see it in the APR. It's
Yeah,
like 10 times as much APR as the other ones. So if
yeah.
you go a little bit down, there's the Tomo one more
Hmm.
row.
Yeah, it's
So here,
almost not
Tomo. Yeah, okay, it also adapted. The people, if you look at the prices of these tokens, then Tomo and Ocean have appreciated a lot because people are buying just for staking. So that's, you get free stuff. I mean, that's why everybody's also like kind of a little bit, how to say this, a little bit afraid
yeah,
that this might be a
skeptical,
scam.
like
Yeah,
rug pull.
skeptical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's like, oh, rug.
yeah, but I hope that the problem is the CEO of the company. They did not make a multisig wallet. So like the CEO could take the money. If you go down a little bit, there's like the total amount staked, yeah, underneath this.
Yeah, oh, this one. Oh, the
Yeah,
stat.
here.
Yeah.
So you see, so I mean, this is very tempting. If you have the control over a wallet
Hmm.
which has this many funds in it, then like $4.7 billion, then it's, yeah, it's a little bit tempting, I guess, to run away with it. But I hope the guy has integrity and will not do it.
Hmm.
I mean, I think people would hunt him down until the end of his life. So yeah, it's not. I hope he will not do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can see here over time they're releasing the tokens, and that's basically their way of doing the ICO. And I think that's already also very great. You know, you give like a large audience the chance to participate, to get the tokens. In the end, you want to establish a token, and you get this right away with this mechanism. And people will forever remember you. You know, like you make a permanent impression. And yeah, I think there will be events like this in the future as well. And the SEC cannot complain, you know, that your company is so centralized. I mean, that's something in the back of the mind of many people with Ripple and XRP, that they have the problem because they're too centralized. This is the perfect answer to that. You know, we make it decentralized. It's easy. Maybe you have to take care of the wheres at some point, that you make something like quadratic voting or quadratic funding. So if you give somebody more, if they have a less number of tokens in the pool, you know, they want to farm less. And if they have a very large number, you just reduce the amount with a formula. So you can do to power 2, power 3 or something, where you then diminish the amount of rewards you get in regard to what you put in. That would be a way to improve this. But you will then have still a lot of people that can participate and can benefit from that. Yeah, and I think that's great.
Yeah, interesting. What was I gonna bring up with the big data protocol? Oh, the one thing that I wanted to bring up was, yeah, people are buying like, I guess for like, I guess you're saying the price appreciation for the token is because of like the whole staking stuff. But
Maybe.
also since their data market is powered by um Ocean, isn't their data market like platform powered by the Ocean token itself? Or
I mean, I posted the video also, and maybe we can put a link when where we have this. It's like Trent made a statement on this week's OceanDAO town hall
Mhm.
about this, because Kai was asking about it, and he said, yeah, I think they are not powering everything with Ocean tokens. They are using another token, so that's possible with
Yeah.
the Ocean technology. I think so, but I think they're still using like the whole infrastructure, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure how much Ocean tokens are going to be involved in that, and I think that's an interesting point to follow up upon, and
Yeah.
to maybe talk about it in the next podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Or
but what Trent said is that he will put in that it will be possible in the next version of the marketplace to put like a percentage-based fee for the marketplace. And what they agreed upon is that their marketplace will have a percentage, a very small percentage, like 0.1% or like of the transactions, you know, like that will then go to the OceanDAO fund, you know. So that's the idea also of Ocean Protocol and this Web3 sustainability loop, where then all the marketplaces give something back to the community of OceanDAO, and then this is going to go out with proposals again for funding. So you have then a sustained system, even in 50 years, you know, the OceanDAO will have a lot of tokens because the technology is used, it generates throughput, the throughput feeds the DAO again, then new proposals can be made, the system can be evolving, and it can be improved. So I think that's something that really is a really clever idea by Ocean Protocol to have such a system in place, because I don't see this really in many other projects. You know, they
yeah,
have their tokens, they
exactly.
fire out their tokens, they want to achieve some goal, but they're not thinking about long-term sustainability. And for Ocean, this is something that has been there for a long time now, and it's a main focus to build such a long-term solution. And I really like it. I mean, that's
Yeah. This is basically like how I stressed, or like this is like how like I basically, quote unquote shill to like my friends or like to other people on like Twitter about like Ocean, is that like I always say like, oh, Trent's a master chef at token engineering, and like he's literally part of like the token, like he does like teach token engineering,
Yeah.
But most of these like projects that do come out with token models and stuff, basically their token models are just all like, when you go look at a project's page and you go into their token models and you look, usually all it is just distribution models where it's like, okay, a portion of this token is going to this person, and the proportion of this and this. It's just basically, like looking at a chart of looking like, okay, where are the tokens being distributed. But what makes Ocean Protocol like different is that there is actually a token model, and like I share this picture all the time. Here, I'll even bring it up because I just recently downloaded again just to like share. But this there's literally a
Yeah.
token mod. Yeah, there is
This
literally
is
a
the
token.
Web3 sustainability loop,
Yeah.
like how it becomes possible that, things can work out even in 50 or 100 or 200 years, that a self-sustaining system evolves out of this whole project. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like it just there's there's no other project like Ocean that does.
There are other projects have adopted this. So there's
Oh,
another
they
project.
did. They did.
Yeah, so other projects are, I mean, I want to do the same for my project.
Mhm,
If I'm capable of reaching the state that Ocean Protocol reached,
mhm.
I would love to have something like this going, because
Yeah.
this kind of creates a system that carries itself,
Mhm.
Like I
Exactly.
mean, I think decentralization has like one big there's one big role project for that, which is Bitcoin. So
Mhm.
I think Bitcoin has the most or the biggest effect of decentralization in a way, because their founder disappeared, So
Mhm.
that's in other projects we have the founders which are taking over the lead role, but in a project like Bitcoin, they had to become decentralized in a way. So
Yeah.
yeah, but this is like, for me, this is Ocean is taking it to the next level, and yeah,
Yeah.
it,
To
it
where
kind of shows you, like if you would now become, if you now would have this as your full-time job working in this ecosystem, you have the chance. There are the funds for 50 years. The chance you can have a career in this ecosystem, And I think that's also a big measure for ecosystems. It's like how many of the community members are working full-time in the ecosystem. So I
yeah.
think that will be a factor in the future, because the ecosystem has to be really good to sustain this. If you just always hand out the tokens, you're causing a lot of inflation. But if you have such
Exactly.
a mechanism as Ocean has, where the ROI and the return on investment is really in the focus for giving people tokens, then that is a game changer.
Mhm. And we've already seen this with the release of Ocean Market V3. Like I've said this before, like and I've tweeted this and like said this on like the telegrams, but we've already started seeing like data whale, like we've seen like businesses are now being evolved around Ocean Protocol and the Ocean token. Basically, like literally the whole Ocean ecosystem is now building startups,
Mm.
different projects that are coming about, but these people now have careers being evolved because of the Ocean ecosystem. I mean, data union app.
Yeah, we don't have so many full-time people, but
Yeah.
everyone, most of the
Right
people
now,
work right now. Yeah,
yeah.
but of course, we are like in the phase of looking for product market fit. So
Mhm.
yeah, but I mean, if people from other projects watch this podcast and you guys are like disagreeing with us because you say, okay, in our ecosystem, we also have this we have this structure as well. So then please reach out to us. We would be very interested to also know more about this. I mean, I'm also always interested in learning, from other projects. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And if you guys want,
collaboration instead of competition. That's the big goal.
yes. And if you guys want to come on the show, the Sailors Lounge is always open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we will also invite guests in the future. Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah,
And yeah,
definitely.
so I think we can wrap it up
Well,
for today.
yeah, let's wrap it. Yeah, I got to get going soon. Just any new I guess any new updates between ambassadors or like the tech ship or the captain's lounge that's going to be coming this week?
So not directly this week, but the tech ship now works on a project called Project Pearl, and that's about making an overview over what is really worked on in the whole ecosystem. Because I mean, as you can see today, we filled a lot of minutes with talking about what happened, but this was actually a very small time frame in which all of this happened. So things are really, the amount of information that is now in the ecosystem and what's happening is really exploding. So they want to make an overview page where you can see, okay, this project is working on that, this project is working on this, these are the people, this is where I can find the code. And yeah, what we also did is like to make all the boards of the Trello boards of the outreach ship, the tech ship, and the captain's lounge. We made them now open. So we also very soon publish a blog post about it and explain a little bit more about the structure and everything. But yeah, if you hit us up on Discord, then we can provide you the link for that, and you can have a look what's actually planned, what are we doing. So yeah, and if you're interested in joining, Ocean Academy is the way to go. So if you go through Ocean Academy, you get the certificate. You will get then the chance to also get into the ambassador program. So yeah, small plug at the end for Ocean Academy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's oceanacademy.io.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a very fun course. So yeah, where can people find you, Robin?
Me, you just go to Telegram and you can talk to me at Wiki, no problem. Yeah.
At WIKKE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we can put this in the description.
Yeah.
So
and you
if
guys
anybody has some important topics, they have something which we should bring up in the show, please contact us.
Yeah, exactly. And then you guys can find me on Twitter too, at OceanJim, at Ocean_Jim. And then I'm also in the Telegram and Discord channels too. If you guys want to, add things to the podcast or just DM, then feel free to DM us both, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But I got to get going, and I think Robin has to get going too. So yeah, we'll just end it here. All right.
Bye bye, guys. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.